Welcome to the AFC Shakedown, brought to you by the Mafia Sports Report, brought to you by Ace Per Head, brought to you by Jedi Kev Sports, BX Sports Jedi Kev, and Sports Dynasty Podcasts. Welcome to finally, we are here. Week 1 is upon us, and we already had one game go by the way. Not in the AFC East, but in the AFC. So anyways, guys, everyone's here. Finally, we are going to have an AFC East Shakedown with everybody this season representing their AFC East squad. So, guys, I want to start with real quick Thursday night opener game. I'm going to start with Captain D. Why not? Captain D right next to me. Chiefs, Lions. I know this is not an AFC East game, but we have to start with football. So let's start with that. What did you think about that game?
I thought it was an interesting game. I mean, the Chiefs were shorthanded in this game, obviously, with Kelsey and on the defensive side. But the Lions defense, they were good enough to stick around in this game. And unfortunately, with a lot of drops on the offensive side for Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes played the part. He looked great in this game. But Detroit did enough to stay in this game and was able to execute late and pull out the victory. A little surprising, but hey, Detroit has been coming on since last year, and it was a nice win from them. But like I always say, this is a marathon. This season is a marathon. So Captain D, I always say that. So
yeah, no doubt. Curtis, I'll go next with you, man. What'd you think about that opening?
I think the NFL refs might be the worst refs in the league. How many false starts? That deep pass play where they got the long pass interference or whatever it was ticky-tacky. And then the very next play, the defensive tackle was being held. And he's like, look at the guy grabbing his jersey. He wasn't called. NFL refs have to either be blind, stupid, or crooked, or all three. I'm not sure exactly which. But beyond that, man, I think Detroit's got a good team. They're a year away, I still think. KC, they're going to get it together. But Detroit is the kind of team that I like. They got awesome offensive line. Coach that's kind of entertaining, but he's not crying Mary, soft little guy. He's a hard-nosed guy who can be funny, which I like. And they got talent, and, they got a line on their things, which I like that too. So it's good to see Detroit rising. But that's
real quick. Yeah, sorry.
That's it. That's it.
Real quick, Kevin, by the way. So shout out to Kevin. That intro that you guys saw, that was made by Kevin.
Yeah, good.
Awesome job, buddy. I do appreciate that. So I guess we'll start with you now, Kevin, on that game. What'd you think about that game, man?
Boy, little Joker, what a clown show he did, dropping all those balls there. Cost Kansas City the game. Holy crap. The Giants dodge a bullet getting rid of him there. And that offensive line for the Kansas City Chiefs, I don't know if they can keep Patrick Mahomes upright for the rest of the season, man. By the way, can that guy line up? The offensive lineman, can he not line up any offsides and more than blatantly than that? I agree with you, Curtis. That officiating sucked. He was blatantly offside. My God, Kansas City has trouble. They're not going to be the darling team of the AFC. So the AFC is going to be represented by one of these 4 teams here that we're speaking of. So that makes me excited, and I am ready to go. Except for I'm not going to say any names, but we know who.
Juan, what'd you think about the game, man, Thursday night? And Captain D, you're very blurry.
Let's see.
Just refresh or something. Yeah.
You are very blurry.
That's the tequila. That's the tequila kicking in already.
Wow. Did you touch your camera lens? Go ahead, Juan. Wow.
Yeah, well, that's happening. Yeah. And
Refresh,
that reminds me,
buddy.
I forgot my freaking drink again. I'm sick of this.
Oh my God. Come on.
Well, I'm slacking.
What up, Scott?
Stay thirsty, my friend.
I will be thirsty. Thanks. Yes. Aiden Hutchinson, look,
There you go.
absolutely
There you go,
sensational.
Yeah.
So we may see a jump from him. And if there's a big jump from him, that Lions team may actually deserve the hype that they've been getting for the past 7 months. But I will say, with Kelsey, I think Kansas City easily takes that game, which goes with what Kev was just saying. I agree with him. I don't think they will be representing the AFC this year. because of the receiving core not giving Mahomes enough help. People were trying to spin that last year. They were a year too early with that because Juju Smith-Schuster, people forget he actually is a decent receiver who wouldn't drop those passes. Like, they have something last year. This year, there's too much uncertainty, and it's only been 1 week. It was literally the first game of the season. So for all we know, and this is the only game they'll lose for the next 2 months, and Kansas City is Kansas City. You know how it goes. But
yep.
I think they'll make pay for this, for not trying to get more receiving help in January in the playoffs. That's my prediction. But I think Chiefs lost that game. I forgot who said it in the comments that Kansas City definitely lost that game more than Detroit won it, but Detroit will take it.
I saw Chiefs lost that game, but I didn't see.
I forget who said it, but I agree with that. I think they lost it more, but not to take away from Detroit. Detroit did their thing. Hayden Hutchinson, is watch out for him this year. He may take that second year jump for defensive lineman.
He's a beast, man. Trevor, what'd you think, man?
First of all, happy football. Thank God we're back.
Yeah.
So, so I'm not gonna lie to you. I enjoyed the game. I thought that as coming into this game, I knew that Detroit was kind of hyped coming into this game, and they played well enough to the point where it was like, all right, cool. You know, they're here. Maybe they're for real. But I'm not going to take it too much on Kansas City too much. You know, it happens. You know, you're defending Super Bowl champions. Big game coming in there. You had a team coming in there who wanted them more than you guys did. The receiving core, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know who the hell is on the receiving core besides Travis Kelce. He wasn't even there. So I don't even know who's there. And Kadarius Toney, I will get to Kadarius Toney later. That's what I really want to talk about at the end of the day. But overall, Kansas City to me, it happens. You know, it happens. They're going to be in the mix of the AFC anyway. So I'm not gonna be the person to be like, oh, they're not gonna represent it, because you never know. Kansas City is well coached.
Yeah.
They have Patrick Mahomes. As long as Patrick Mahomes is on the team, they have a chance. So
yeah. Man, I work at a bar in Detroit, so it's funny when you hear fans like talk about their team when things go wrong in a course of a game. It's like I heard like, fire the damn coach. What are you talking about? And they're like, didn't they go to the Super Bowl? Like, I'm like, this guy's just now a football fan. You're clearly right. Like, anyways, I thought that game was really, really good. And I will say one thing about the Lions. The Lions normally would wind up finding a way to lose that game, right? Typical old school Lions like that. That's what they're known for. They lose those type of games. But this is not those Lions anymore. At least what I don't think. Not with this coach. I truly believe these guys are, they're rallying behind their coach, man. It's not like when they had Patricia and they were like, oh, this fucking guy, he's the worst. They don't want to play for him. You know what I mean? So you got a guy now who's going all out and fourth down early on in the game,
that was crazy.
which was a wild call. But think about it. They get it and they score on the drive. So it's not like they got it and they wound up punting anyways later in the drive. So they made it count for one. And I like the pressure they put on the Chiefs all night long. I do. They were getting after Mahomes. They didn't always get home, but pressure is the key, because if you saw Mahomes a few times, he was overthrowing like balls that he normally doesn't, because that pressure was getting to him. Now, mind you, obviously no Kelce. That hurt a lot. No Jones on defense. That hurt a lot. But no excuse, man. They're at home. They're Super Bowl champions. You find a way to win. When injuries happen all the time. I know Kelce's a big deal, but Toney needs to step up, and he didn't. And clearly that's why the Giants traded him, because he's a problem. He's a problem with hands, problem with catching, problem with route running, whatever his deal is. But I think the Chiefs will be just fine. The Chiefs will gather themselves. They are still the Super Bowl champions until further notice. It's very early, very early. Right now, the Lions are the best team in football. So,
who said that ever?
Yeah.
All right.
So, oh man. So, Curtis, we didn't get to talk to you last week because show us that
I'm a
laptop.
tech idiot.
Show us the laptop that you were trying to work on. You guys want to see what?
I was trying to connect it to my tablet, and I could barely operate normal tech, and I had it working. It just for some reason it stopped working. Yeah, I was there, but I just couldn't hear you guys. I was screaming. I was ready to take my axe and start chopping stuff, man. It's so fun.
We should have just have you calling on a payphone or something next time.
I was at my buddy's house. He was gonna set the laptop up, but at that point I was like, I'm dead in the water, man.
Oh, by the way,
guys.
too, I agree with you guys. The refs were awful, and they get away with that a lot. That false start, man. They don't call that a lot for some reason.
Nope.
But
They
that
don't
guy
call a lot for some reason. There's a lot.
but that guy, that
of
particular
calls.
player, he jumps off sides a lot. I know he played for another team last year. He did the same thing that a lot of people are
I
complaining.
think it's Jacksonville.
Yeah, and he did.
That's
he
not
got
part
away
of the
with it a
script.
lot. Yeah, so he needs to fix that, man. But Curtis, we didn't get to talk to you last week, so I'll ask the same question I did to Captain D for Captain D. As far as your team, the off season, what you think about the off season, what you think about the draft, and what's your expectations for this upcoming season?
To me, the Dolphins, it all comes down to the offensive line. I've been saying it for 3 years. I was hot to trot year one, and we got a new coach, and people didn't want to hear that. And so that's where we're at right now. No Tehran week one, Bosa and Mack versus Lamb and Jackson. Talk from the big media is Lamb and Jackson and Eichenberg and Wynn. They're all on top of it. We're going to run for 200 yards a game. I'm hoping. I don't see it. If the offensive line equals out to what I think it's going to be, and Tehran is inconsistent with his health, it could be a tough year because it's going to take a lot of stuff rallying around a poor offensive line to succeed against teams like the Bills and the Jets if their offensive line can stay healthy, and even the Pats. I think all four of these teams are dangerous to each other. I don't think the Pats can get first in the division, but I do see them being second. So the Dolphins are going to have to be on their game, and that offensive line has me concerned more this year than any other year because the expectations are so high. So I have to see. I'm kind of the voice crying out in the wilderness saying these guys aren't as good as you guys think they are. So if I'm wrong, we'll do well. If I'm right, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to do so well. So I have to see this Charger game to see if my eval actually meets up to reality or I'm wrong. So that's really what's going to come down. To me, the AFC East is going to boil down to offensive lines and the depth of those offensive lines. And there's going to be an attrition war through the entire season. And as the offensive lines get injured and dinged and backup guys have to go in with this pass rush and defenses, it's going to flip the balance of power as the weather gets bad and as these ugly games come up when wind, snow, and rain. So that's really what it's going to come down to. If my team, if Tehran can stay healthy and everybody is, as good as they say, oh, we're going to do really well, I think we could beat anybody. But, Bills, they got a kind of a thin line. They can't get any injuries. Dawkins goes down there in big trouble. Torrance goes down there in big trouble. Jets, if they lose Becton or they lose Brown, they're in big trouble. Patriots a little bit better. They got some a lot of average depth on that. I think they can absorb the most damage. But my Dolphins, if we lose Tehran for the season, forget it, man. They're going to be calling me up. So that's my take.
I want to chime in on that. I totally agree with Curtis, and it was kind of surprising when GM Chris Greer came out and made the statement to the media and was like, it seems like you're more worried about the offensive line than we are. So,
I'm going to use that one.
Yeah, but when I hear that, I'm thinking, okay, so maybe we're going to be scheming a lot more, trying to hide that weakness in the offensive line. But there's only so much you can do that. So that's clearly a concern with the Dolphins moving forward.
Yeah.
I like what you said, Captain D. That was nice and succinct. You took everything I wanted to say in long form and boiled it down to short form. I think I need you for my cliff notes, brother.
He's the captain now.
Right. He'll do your short. Let him do your short videos on YouTube. I want to be in charge of that. Oh man. So you feel like your biggest weakness right now on your team is what? The offensive line? Is that what you're most concerned about? I mean, you're most concerned. What's your biggest concern?
No. If I had a list of 5,
right,
it'd be offensive line, secondary.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Definitely easy. Because you would have Tehran's injuries, Lamb, Wynn, Eichenberg and I could maybe be top 5, all 5. I don't think any don't. I think Teron might stay healthy for 15 games, but Lamb is no good. Wynn is no good. Eichenberg is no good. Jackson's no good. Other than that, Miss Lincoln, how is the play?
Captain D, you agree with that? That's your biggest concerns. What's your top 2 or 3 concerns?
The top concerns are going to be obviously offensive line. We invested in Teron Armstead. We knew that we were getting a very solid left tackle, but health was always.
My man Teron.
I'm about to say, I think he's better than solid. He's just not there.
Well,
my man Teron, Captain D, you on high note there for a minute.
But let's be honest. He's only as good as he's out there on the field, and we knew that Teron Armstead had major staying healthy issues getting on that field when we invested the money that we did in acquiring Teron Armstead. Other than that, the secondary is an issue. We had some nice young guys last year that were showing promise. They suffered some major injuries, that were some big setbacks. We lost them for the season. So, yes, the offensive line and the secondary is definitely a glaring issue for this team. And depth, obviously.
Shout out to people in the chat so far. So, Jessica, Spin, Triggs, Scott Blakely, already. Alex Soto.
Tommy. I just want to let everyone in the comments know I've tried to answer you, but Tommy's a comment Nazi, and I can't do any typing and hitting return. So just want to let you know that I tried, but he is a control freak.
No, you can't do it. Only the host can do it.
Oh, all right.
When you guys telling me is Miami's on the clock.
Control.
No, I will add this on a positive note. Even though Teron Armstead is injured and is not going to be starting game 1 tomorrow against the Chargers, I mean, Lamb had a great preseason. Teron Armstead, Austin Jackson showed up in shape. Isaiah Wynn, even though it looks like he's not going to start, they're giving the nod to Eichenberg. He had a great camp too. So I'm going to be positive here and say,
Oh my God.
I'll be positive and say these guys have got some growth. And we've made some good additions. It's game 1. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, I guess we'll ask. Might as well ask that. So, Juan, what is your top 3 concerns for your team heading into the season? I don't know if I asked you that last week.
We talked about it with everybody, but this is more in depth.
We'll recap it since Curtis wasn't around.
Offensive line. I think that's going to be everyone's concern and the whole division. All 4 of us going to be like, offensive line.
Not the Buffalo Bills, baby. We are perfect.
It should be. Offensive line. Really offensive depth. Like, we came into the season with 2 running backs, 2 tight ends. Like, I don't know what the fuck Bill is doing with that. Like, offensive depth in general. We just named Zappy as the backup quarterback today. Like, so, like, the depth in general on offense. And boundary corner, because Jack Jones is out. Like, he escaped jail, but the gods took his hamstring instead. So Jack Jones is not going to be here for a month. So we only have 1 real boundary corner. So I'll say boundary corner specifically for 3. This is just a rookie and everybody else is slot corner.
By the way, I don't know if you read that, Curtis, but Jessica wants
to I saw it. I
get
saw
over
it
that old man disease and figure out that technology, all right?
Yeah, Jessica's got some great comments when I do Bill's stuff.
You just want to put that twice, didn't you? We definitely
I had to.
Yeah. Well, he knows it. I screw up so many times with this guy over.
I tell everybody, he is so smart when it comes to certain things where I'm like, damn, how do you do that? And
I work in technology. That's the crazy part. I do graphic design and animation and stuff. I just can't figure that out. I didn't even know what was it, Twitter? I never even used. Took me a month to figure that out.
It's X now, Curtis. Get with it.
I'm a dummy. I'm smart stupid. That's what I call myself. Smart stupid.
Trevor, do you agree with Juan, or you got your own takes on that?
I mean, I do. It's just mostly like, especially the offensive line depth. Especially watching the preseason, it was like, oh man, this is.
Yeah, like we had like 3 starters out since July. Like we have not had any cohesion in our line all preseason long since training camp. They've
I
been
do
hurt
feel-
one or the other. It's
Yeah.
wild.
I do feel like if we were able to figure that out, I think that a lot of teams, a lot of fan bases, like they sleep on us. I don't think we're gonna be. I don't think we're gonna be as bad as NBC thought, 5-12, which is fucking ridiculous. But I think that if we're able to get the offensive line in as far as in cohesion and able to win the ball a lot, I think that we'll be okay, honestly speaking. But the offensive line is my biggest concern, honestly.
So what do you agree? You guys agree with this real quick, Captain D and Curtis? If Tua can't stay healthy this season, watch the Dolphins draft a new quarterback. You think you guys are will be done with the Tua experience?
My belief is that football is the most complicated and nuanced sport that man has ever created, like by like a country mile. And I remember Bill Belichick once said he had somebody come in and he had him look at a play and he wanted him to write up. And a guy wrote for like 5 minutes. He's like, I could have spent 25 minutes on one play or half an hour. This game is so beyond complicated that, okay, so, so Miami Dolphins, they have flaws on their offensive line. Look at the Chargers game last year. They were without Slater. The Chargers offensive line was beat up. But the offensive coordinator attacked every area of the field, ran the ball against the 6 best run defense, but committed to it, ran a lot of play action, ran screens, and he attacked short areas. And then obviously the movement skills of Herbert bought time. But there's so many things you can do to mitigate issues. Flores, who got all kind of garbage, did that in 21 and then Gailey in 20. So will McDaniel be smart enough to protect his quarterback and adapt? That's my biggest question. If Tehran's not in, we got Lamb and we got Jackson. And McDaniel is a smart guy and he chooses. I mean, we played the Chargers last year and went 11.9 yards instead in air yards when he had 21% pressure rating. That's insane. Conversely, the Chargers were pressured 26% of the time, and they threw for 5.8 yards in 10 air yards, half of what because they knew I got to protect this guy. But we don't care about our quarterback, so I don't know. It depends. Is McDaniel on a suicide mission with Tua or not? We'll see. If not, I think he'll survive even with a bad old line.
Jedi Kev, man, what's your three biggest concerns for the Jets going into the season?
Besides offensive line.
Of course, besides offensive line, it's my safeties. I think we're thin in the safety position. Cornerbacks were strong, but the safety position worries me a little bit with the New York Jets. A little bit thin there, and the kicking. I know Greg the Leg. When it comes down, I keep saying it. I'm worried about Greg the Leg when down the road in January when we need to kick a field goal. Wide right, wide left. Ask Scott Norwood. And that's what I'm worried about when it comes to the New York Jets and also the head coach. If there's a little bit of adversity, can the head coach command the room and right the ship? Those are my 3 concerns there with the New York Jets. The offensive line, if Mekhi Becton plays, he is a tough son of a gun. We saw that when healthy, he could dominate as well as Elijah Vera Tucker. And of course, I know everyone's saying you got Dwayne Brown rolling your eyes. He's old, but these linemen played for almost close to 40 years of age. That doesn't worry me. And then you got a veteran, and it's not Wilson behind under center. It's a Hall of Famer. He could get the ball out quick. You got guys with the running backs who could block, who could buy them some time. I think they'll be okay there. I think we're as Jet fans, we're expecting the worst, but hoping for the best. And I think they're going to prove. I think. Give 4 weeks, and I think we'll find out better. The first game 1, game 2 is overreaction. We'll wait and see. That's how it goes with all of our fan bases.
Yeah, no doubt.
I just want to say something about the Jets.
Go ahead.
I'm really I'm fascinated with the Jets, man. I'm actually fascinated with all 4 of these teams. I think this is the most intriguing division that I've seen in a long, long time. I mean, this is definitely the most intriguing the AFC East has been in a while. To me, Brown is good. Last year he played with one arm, and he did better than half the tackles we've had, not named Teron Armstead. And Mekhi Becton, if that guy can stay healthy and you have a hardcore run game, backed by Rodgers with that short West Coast zone system, you're going to be real tough, man. And I like Billy Turner. He's old, but he's a vet. He knows when to hold, when not to hold. Roger trusts. The only guy I really don't like is Max Mitchell. I think he's a big eyesore. If he gets in, you're in big problems. Titman's young. He's not ready to rock and roll, but he's somebody. Right. I can't even say the guy's name. Sounds like I'm saying a curse word. But the Wes S, he's a vet. So, I mean, if you could stay healthy with those two tackles, I think the rest – your team's going to be real, real tough, man. Real, real tough. As long as, like, certain guys stay healthy,
What are you going to say,
I hate your team. Good luck, man.
Real quick, as we're on the subject of holding, I do, from some of the footage that I saw of, I think Sauce Gardner, as much as the hype is there, I think that he will be exposed.
And mentioned this last week.
And
yeah.
And most people probably don't know this, but many years ago, not too far along,
in a distance
in a galaxy far away,
long time ago. Myself and Tommy played sports, and
your point doesn't make
sense. I wasn't this fat before, guys.
One of his tricks was the old tug on the shirt, tug on the jersey a little bit. Got to hold a little bit, and that is one of the most annoying things to happen to you. So hopefully, Sauce can get off the holding of the jersey and the holding. If not, he's in for a long year. So especially when he meets the Dolphins.
Well, I want to.
Curtis going to counter.
Yeah. I want to say, X holds more than just about anybody.
That is true.
We know. And if you get the street cred, you get the Michael Jordan effect, and then you can do whatever you want. I mean, so my thing is that Jets were on that NFL thing. What did they do?
Hard Knocks.
Yeah, and whatever, the show or whatever. I forgot the name.
Some show.
So they're gonna get a little bit of extra oil for the season, because when they commit to do that stuff, there is going to be a little oil for them. Sauce, he's already in the limelight. He's had a good season, so the refs are already giving him that extra leeway. And I don't think it's good unless he's aggravated and he starts getting lots of them. I think he's going to get away with it again this year.
In X's defense, X does hold, but Xavier Howard has made some magnificent. And he's a great corner. Yep. So
they all do it. They all do it. Every single. It's just like you have Austin Jackson holding, where he's grabbing the guy and pulling his pants down in front of the ref, and then you have the other ones who know how to hold just enough and to release, like say Trent Williams. Is the difference? You know what I mean? So all the vets do it. Everybody cheats. It's when you're
it's just how you do it. You got to slick at it.
Does it.
Yeah, and the more I think the longer you've been around this league, the savvier you get. Like better you get at knowing how to do it, when to do it, where to do it.
Of course.
Like offensive linemen hold all the time. They do it all the time. There's a certain way you got to do it. You'll see like the Dolphins offensive line, they bear hug the guy and grab him outside the jerseys. There's other way, you'll see the vets. You see the vets the way they do it, the right way, and then you'll see, unfortunately, on my team.
Look, everyone attacks Sauce Gardner, but you guys are diminishing Reed on the other side of the corner for the Jets. Another one who's going to have a monster year. He's going to have a Pro Bowl year with Reed, because they're going to challenge Reed, and Reed is going to be up for the task. So you know what? I sit back and relax and enjoy it. You guys want to say he holds? We go after Reed then, because you guys are going to get shut down going after D Reed on the other side, and that's why I'm just, talk it up, buddy boy, because. Laugh it up, goofballs, because I'm going to be here laughing.
Well, hey, I'm going to say I don't have any concerns for my Buffalo Bills, so let's move on to the next subject.
You're missing that middle linebacker. That middle linebacker that left there. I mean, my God, you guys are thin there.
Couple haters.
That's soft. No. With an S-A. That's for the AFC.
Cheers, brother.
Very soft there.
No, I'm not. All right, listen. So honestly, there is the couple concerns for the Buffalo Bills. So right tackle Spencer Brown, obviously for everyone. That's probably one of our biggest concerns on the offensive line. I love that we did finally address the offensive line, that we got younger at the offensive line instead of just grabbing these older veterans that are on their last leg and just cannot, do it anymore. So I'm happy that Bean finally addressed it in the draft with Osiris Torrance, who is an absolute dog and is going to be in this league. We got McGovern, we got David Edwards, we got very young, but Spencer Brown is the one question mark, I think, still on this offensive line. Can he get better this season? We'll see. This is the last one, but unfortunately for the Bills, he's our only right tackle right now. We did get for a trade. I forget his name, but we did trade for one, but he's not ready. So right now, Spencer Brown,
right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's Spencer Brown or nothing. And Fetty.
Yeah.
So right now, in Fetty, whatever his name is. So right now, Spencer Brown or nothing.
Fetty?
Yes, and Fetty, yeah.
Oh,
so right now, it's Brown or nothing, right? So that is, a concern, but we'll see what happens during the season. He looked okay in preseason. He still was getting worked up a little bit in the preseason, so that's kind of concerning. The running back room, we'll see what that is all about. If Damian Harris can stay healthy, and that's a big if, then we'll be okay. If he can't, I don't know, because James Cook is not a very good pass blocker. So that's a concern. But you got Latavius Murray. We'll see what happens with that. So just an older vet running back. I still think has some juice in the tank. And that's really it. Honestly, offensive line, I guess, and that would be right tackle. I think our receiving group is underrated. I got to be honest with you. I think Diggs is going to have a monster year. I think Gabe Davis is going to have a bounce back year. I think Trent Sherfield is an underrated signing. I think he's a really, really good player. And and our tight end that we picked up is more of a wide receiver than a tight end, Kincaid. So he's going to be a dangerous weapon as well.
That's
going
the one
12
I'm
personnel.
interested.
So
I'm intrigued on
going to be an
Kincaid there,
interesting.
Tommy.
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah. I'm intrigued on Kincaid.
It's going to be real. I'll tell you what, though. It depends how this offensive line holds up, though. Offensive line doesn't hold up. I'm really curious what they do, because he's not the greatest at blocking, right? He's more of a weapon, wide receiver kind of. They're going to line them up all over the field, but that also goes towards Dawson Knox as well. Like, will Dawson Knox get more involved this season and not have to worry about more, blocking? So we'll see. But right now I would say offensive line, and that would be the right tackle position. Everything else is fine, but I think we all have the same.
I think you missed something, Tommy.
Oh, go ahead. What did I miss?
You missed your OC.
Get the hell out of here.
Shaky
Ken
Bones
Dorsey,
baby.
What? The winningest college quarterback? Get out of here.
Yeah. Well, he's going to throw the football. He's going to make calls and get there and freak out in the stands.
Unbelievable you are, Curtis.
Shaky Bones.
First of all, we were second in scoring last year. You cannot hate that. He was a rookie OC. And I gotta say, Curtis, listen, for as much as you kill him, for a guy that came in and finished second in scoring on offense, top 5 on offense, a guy that clearly we had no offensive line to protect Josh Allen, receivers that shit the bed except for Diggs. You got to have the personnel, right? And for what we had, I felt like he did a good job. Did he do excellent? No. Did he make mistakes? Sure. But I think you can give him a break on any rookie. He was a rookie OC. Just like a head coach, just like a brand new head coach coming in to your team, you're not going to expect him to be perfect, call the perfect game, be perfect across the board. He has to build a team, right? You build around your players. You start grabbing the guys you like year after year. Then by year 3, you go, okay, what has he done? Has he improved? Has he stayed the same? Has he declined? So you can't really judge him off his first year. And if you really want to judge him off his first year, I would say he did pretty good considering everything I just said.
And what happened with the statement with Your Honor, I rest my case.
I rest my case. I just think he gets way too much slack, man.
He only
for a guy
killed
that finished
4 people. He's a good man
do.
most of the time.
I'm sorry. I just don't understand where he gets all that heat
Tommy, if any one of us here was an OC and we had Allen, we probably maybe maybe 22nd in points and scoring and yards. I mean,
that's not
really
necessarily
not
true. You still got it. You still got to have
come
a.
on.
You have to have an offensive line, Curtis. You know that. I mean,
Yeah, but
for
Allen
instance,
gives you so much. To me, Dorsey.
okay, I'll give you a perfect example. Thursday's game, Chiefs scored 20 points, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because why? Because they were missing some player. They were missing their primary weapon, Kelsey, right? Offensive line wasn't doing too good. So what did I say earlier?
Well, because
so
their receiver had soap on his
but
hands.
Mahomes, it don't matter. Mahomes was also throwing passes he doesn't normally throw because he was feeling the heat, right? Pressure is everything, right? It can make quarterbacks make dumb decisions, right? And clearly they did all they can. Andy Reid's a genius. He's an offensive genius, right? They scored 20 points. So I'm just saying it happens, right? Just saying.
I just want to let you know,
line,
you can actually run the football and
not with a bad run block, not with a bad offensive line. You can. You cannot. I totally disagree with that.
And the Chiefs didn't score no points in the second half.
Oh yeah.
Right. All right. So let's get to it, man. Chargers and Dolphins. Dolphins at Chargers. So I'm gonna start with you guys first. Captain D.
Why me first?
Captain, because it's your game.
It's your game.
D, it's your game. So Captain D, Dolphins at Chargers. I'm gonna start, and you can think about this, Curtis. So Captain D, what's your thoughts about this game, man? And then obviously we're gonna do the score prediction right after. So go ahead and give us your thoughts on the game.
Score prediction.
I feel really confident about this game. I like where we're at right now. Even with the exception of Teron Armstead not playing, I feel confident. I think we're going to be able to move the ball up and down the field. We're not 100% healthy, but we got a lot of talent on this team. It's going to be a very close game, I believe. But I think the Dolphins pull this off. I really truly believe they're going to pull this off. Yeah.
By the way, Triggs, we were second in drop passes last year. Just want to mention that it's not good. You need to catch the damn ball, so that can hurt your team as well.
Isn't Butterfingers a sponsor of Buffalo this year?
Oh, that's crazy.
It was bad. It was bad. Second, yeah. The most. I think it was we had the most yards lost with drop passes. Not good. I think it was 350. Terrible. So what's your score prediction, Captain D?
I'm gonna say this is going to be 24-17 Dolphins.
Oh my, Curtis! I know you're thinking over there.
Yeah, for me, I think we're going to lose this game. But to me, it's not a critical game. I'm really more concerned about the Patriots game. We got to beat the Patriots. We got to beat Broncos, and we got to win the two after that and be 4-2 by week 6. My evaluations are totally different than most Dolphins fans and most of the media. I think this offensive line is damaged goods. I think that people are going to be in a rude awakening for what this run game is going to be able to produce, even against a poor Chargers defense. But my problem is I don't know who McD is going to be. If McD is last year McD, we will get blown out, maybe 10 points, 13. But if McD does simple things like run inside, which he didn't do last year, run inside zone against them, which is the best way to attack them with our current personnel. If he has diversity and doesn't go deep baby all day long, if he has some small ball, if he stays on schedule because of these 3 prior things, I think we do have a chance to make it close, but probably will lose a close one, which to me, if we got these things, it would speak well for the future. I just don't know. My evaluations are so different than mostly everybody else, and I don't know which McD I'm going to see, the improved McD or last year McD. I do believe Fangio's defense is going to be much better. We sucked on third down defense. They went like 9 for 18 last year. I believe that we're going to see a better defense, but they're going to have Rashawn Slater. They're going to have a full complement. Everybody's healthy. And so I just don't see us. We're traveling away. Staley's got to win. His career's on the line. It's more up for them. So I just didn't think that even with Tehran in, we'd win. But I didn't care. I just wanted a close game and to see improvement. And I just don't know. So for me right now, I'm basing it on last year's McDaniel, and I'm basing it on my evaluations for the O-line. I could be wrong. I'm hoping I'm wrong, but I think it's 10 to 13 point loss.
Damn. You see it high scoring? Sorry, Captain, go ahead.
No. I think it might be like, I hate doing this, 14-27 or something like that. I think the Chargers are going to struggle a little bit because Fangio is just a master. He's a maestro, and I think he can keep it there. But when that offensive line you watch Jackson, he crumbles under power. Mack has a two-way go. He come inside, outside. He can come inside with the power. He has a full toolkit. And they flip-flop Bosa and Mack. And Lamb, he's a good pass blocker, but he can't run block. So if we can't run the football and we're all scheduled on first down, you got Derwin James blitzing. You got pressure coming from the edges. And I don't believe if they start Eichenberg, let me tell you something. If they start Eichenberg with a bad rib over win, then there is like nepotism, or there's some kind of weird thing going on here, and I am going to be furious. There's no reason Eichenberg should start. If he does, it's him and Lamb, and then Connor, who has a slight susceptibility to injury, strength. It could be a disaster. So I don't know. I'm Mr. Pessimist right now until I'm proven otherwise. I hope you're right. I hope you're right, Captain D. I hope I have to go to re-education fan training after this week, but I don't know.
What you think, Captain D? You were going to say something, Bert.
No, I just preseason isn't much, but at least in the preseason, we showed some promise running the football a little bit better. I think the key to this game is getting Mostert getting going early. Get him going early, run the football. 100%. I love the addition of Braxton Berrios to this team. He's a real slot receiver.
Surprised.
And I just think we just have too much talent for them. The offense needs to show up big time. I believe they will. And we're going to really show what this offense really, can.
Hope you're right,
healthy Tua. We're going to have to do some magic tricks going on around this offensive line. But we have a new defensive coordinator. We're not fully healthy there, obviously. I'm not making excuses. But I really feel the Dolphins have too much firepower for the Chargers as right now.
All right, Kev, what's your thoughts or score prediction?
I picked actually the Miami Dolphins to beat this game out in San Diego because the fan base, they're not a big fan base there in Los Angeles. Let's face it. That's going to be a advantage Miami. I don't believe in the Charger head coach. I think he's a moron. He's an idiot. He's the Aaron Boone of the NFL. Personally, a puppet. And I think Miami's going to go out there and win. As much as I would like Miami to lose the first game, but I think they're going to win just to the fact that they just have better wide receiver core, a healthy, clean slate. Tua Tagovailoa is going to, incite you guys and give you that on the road. He is a West Coast kind of kid there. I think it's all pointing to Miami to win this. I think Miami wins this game 31-17 over the Chargers.
Nice.
People are going to say Herbert, he got paid, overrated, overreaction week one with Herbert. I think he's going to be fine, but I think he's going to have a stumbling block in week one. I think the coach is not going to have that team prepared to play and ready to go where it's going to be on the hot seat. And the Chargers, everyone thinks they're the darling, but they're going to have issues. Herbert's not going to be the problem. It's going to be the coaching, and there's going to be a dissension and back and forth. They're going to be a drama-laden team, and I think Miami wins it. And as much as I will dislike to pick, but I put it on my pool at work, and I'm going to stick with it. I think Miami wins. And it's hard for me for AFC to pick the Miami Dolphins to win, but I got to be realistic. I think they win game one.
All right, Trevor, what you got, man?
Well, let's be honest here. Be real true. I don't know why the media is trying to make the Chargers a thing. I told this to Juan many times. They're trying to make the Chargers a thing, and I'm not falling for it. No. I think Miami wins this game 20-20. Yes, Herbert got paid. He has a lot of incentive, a lot of rush to actually do something. But I know. I'm sorry. I'm not falling for it this time. No. I think Miami overall, is a better team. I think they'll be able to. I think the defense will be able to get to Herbert, make it very comfortable. Should be interesting game more overall, but I'm gonna give it 20-20 in Miami.
What is the score?
28-20.
28-20?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Juan, what you got, man?
Everything that I was thinking, Curtis already said it. I'm with Curtis 100% on this.
Somebody, I'm not alone.
Yeah, you're not alone, bro. I'm with you too. But I could see it going the other way too. It really just depends on Mike McDaniel to me. If he doesn't, like we said this last week, if he doesn't innovate his offense, everyone's going to figure it out. It was starting to happen before Tua went down for the third time. So if he doesn't fix it up, Chargers are going to do what they did last year and beat their ass again. But it is week 1. They also have a new offensive coordinator themselves. So they may not start off hot themselves. So I'm going to have a 27-20 score for the Chargers, but it is the Chargers. So I will not put that in any pool for the Chargers' sake. I like that Kev put the other way around. That was a smart one. It's the freaking Chargers at the end of the day, and they do have the dumbest coach in the league. So the Miami definitely has a chance. It'll be a good game. I like 27-20 Chargers. We'll see what happens.
Just to add to your point, they were going from West Coast to Air Coryell style offense. So it's a big change from the philosophy.
Man, this is a tough one. I think this is close, man. I think this is a close game. I think it can go either way. And honestly, it can go either way because you don't know what you get with the Chargers. The Chargers are such a weird team. On paper, every season, at least the last 3 seasons, they look like they could be a 12-win team. 13. I mean, they look good. They have the weapons, but they can't put it together. Or they'll put it together for a little stretch and then lose 4 or 5 in a row. Like, they're such a weird team. Listen, I'm going to go – man, this is tough. I'm going to go 27-24 Chargers. I think the Chargers edge it out at home on a field goal. However, that could get switched around real quick depending on what Chargers team you get. Because let me tell you, the Dolphins are deadly too, and the Dolphins can score very quick. All right, and Tyreek Hill is still the fastest motherfucker on the field. He's still one of the best receivers on the field. And then they also got Waddle, who's considered right there up there in the top 10 receiver probably. So they have a deadly unit. It's the running back room, and their offensive line is kind of like it's a little shaky for the Dolphins. But when you got those deadly weapons, man, if you can keep Tua healthy and Tua upright, they're going to score. And I think it just boils down to what Chargers team you get, and that will be the shootout. Chargers don't bring it. I think the Dolphins could win.
I just want to say this about what Juan commented real quick about we don't know what we're going to get with Mike McDaniel, and I totally agree. But this is the same team that I think that is making on the verge of making adjustments. We took the Buffalo Bills 34-31 last year, and we were right there with our 7th round draft pick quarterback pushing them to the limit. So I believe this coach is on the right path, but you know what? You're right. Let's see.
I hear you. They took them 3 times. That took them tough. Yeah. I know.
Yep.
That could be a matchup thing, though. We'll see tomorrow.
Yeah. All right. So let's get to the other game, and we're gonna. You know what? We'll start the opposite way around now. So let's start with Jedi Kev. Let's go with the Eagles against the Patriots. How you see this game going, man? What's the score?
This is a really fun game in the knockout pool because everybody's saying Eagles, Philadelphia Eagles. And, man, I like to be a heel. I like to be the underdog. I think Belichick get those guys fired up. And I think they actually win the game on those damn stupid Eagles, man. They're going to fly right into Darth Belichick. I think Belichick wins it. I think you guys are going to feel like ham. You guys are going to ham it up. And you guys are going to be excited. I think I'm taking the Patriots. I like the underdog, man. The over and under there. It's week 1. It's where you can have upsets, you can have stumbles.
God bless you.
I'm taking the Patriots, man.
Please let that happen.
I seen that man win as a defensive coordinator for my New York Giants as well as the Jets. As a coordinator, that guy is a hell of a coach. He'll get week 1. Everything is ready. The defense are ahead of the offense when it comes to any football team. And I think that guy prepares so much. You know, now that he doesn't have a girlfriend, he's hamming it up. You know, he's not concentrating in football again. And this dude is going to have his team ready to go. And I think, you know, their quarterback still sucks, but I think they'll beat the Eagles, man. I think they'll make an upset. I think I'm taking the Patriots to beat the Philadelphia Eagles, man. And I'm going to be excited about that.
What you got, score?
I'm going to take in a close game. It's going to be a close game. I'm going to take 17-14. I think that the Eagles are going to struggle. It's going to be one of those low-scoring. Holy crap! They're taking football back to the early '80s, and that's the type of game. I think Belichick knows how to muck it up, and I think special teams is going to be a big big part for the Patriots. So I'm taking that. I think I'm taking a what did I score? I said 20-14, something around that type of area there.
Okay.
It's going to be a field goal games.
All right, Captain D, what you got, man?
I am on the complete other left side of the field on that pick and I respect Jedi Kev that on his opinion, but the Patriots are not going to come close at all in this game. This is going to be the Philadelphia Eagles all day long. I mean, I just don't see, the Eagles got a great young head coach, different Belichick. I'm saying it right now. I said it last week. He will be on the hot seat after this year. The New England Patriots will be looking for a new head coach. It's gone on for a couple of years now since the departure of Tom Brady. This is going to be the Eagles all day. They have Jalen Hurts was so close to getting that Super Bowl. He might as well just have deserved it just as much as Patrick Mahomes last year. The Eagles are going to roll in this game. This is an easy one.
Hey, Scott, you're getting one today, so just stick around. Curtis, what you got, man?
I think the Patriots are going to do well this season. I think the entire division is going to come down to probably the last 4 or 5 games. I think the Patriots' real main goal is just to kind of show that they're a tough team against the Super Bowl championships. They got O'Brien's offense that's coming in. It's going to take a little while to gel. They've got a little issues on these offensive line. They got to iron out. Onwenu's got an ankle. Strange has got a knee issue. Brown's been inconsistent. Take a little while for that to gel. I think the Eagles are going to win, but that's not really the key thing. I think even with the Dolphins, these first weeks really are, if they win, it's awesome. It's icing on a cake. It's unbelievable icing on a cake. But if they can show themselves to be a team that can handle, like for the Dolphins on the road, for the Patriots facing the Eagles at home, and be competitive and not look terrible, then they're going to build to that week 2, and that week 2 is critical. If Dolphins take it from the Patriots, it's a big knife. It's going to be very difficult for them to rise in that division. But if they can beat the Dolphins and then they lose the Eagles, it's going to put them in a situation where they're making their way in the division and they're winning their home games, even though they lose to the Philly. Dolphins are probably going to lose to Philly. A bunch of these teams are going to struggle or lose to Philly. So you got to figure that. So I think like maybe 21, 24-13 Eagles, or it's going to be like, I think the Patriots might put on 7 and like 3 field goals. And then like the Philly will put on 2 touchdowns and a couple of field goals because they're going to check Hurts. They got a good defense. That guy, Keon White, is a scary, scary dude. But the Eagles have this unbelievable offensive line that's going to neutralize that. But the Eagles front is going to be so good. It's going to really test the Patriots O-line. I just don't think they're going to be able to handle it. I think Mac is going to still feel his way. I just think they need to keep it close, but I just don't see them winning. But that just, that's my take.
Okay, so I'll go. Man, I just think that the offense of the Patriots is in shambles. There's just nothing there. And I don't think Mac Jones is the answer. I don't think they have any weapons for Mac Jones anyways, even if he was. They got a decent running attack. I like their running back, actually. I'll take that back. They have a pretty damn good running back. Their offensive line is right. So that doesn't help them much either. And their defense is always going to be good under Bill Belichick. Always. He will have them prepared. They'll be prepared against anybody. So that being said, I do have the Eagles winning, but I don't think it's going to be like this crazy blowout. I think it's going to be a low scoring game, but I don't trust the Patriots offense to give enough points for the Patriots to win. So I'll have it like something like 17-13. Something's low scoring. I don't think the Eagles are going to just be blowing out the Patriots. Like, very rare do the Patriots get just blown out the door. It's usually tough games, and offenses really have to prepare against the Patriots. So I just don't. The Patriots just don't have enough firepower to score enough points to win. That's
That
why
Eagles
17.
defense is fierce too,
and they're good too. Right? Exactly. So it just, I just don't. I don't see him scoring more than 13. Trevor, I guess we'll go with you now.
First of all, Kev, thank you for the feeling good right now. I'm gonna lie to you, I was feeling good. You were saying, like, I was like, okay, he got faith in us. I think the Patriots season is gonna go pretty decent. Again, I have a lot of faith. I'm very satisfied with what they've done in the offseason and what they've done to get to this point. But the first game at home is Tom Brady Day. Tom Brady getting his jersey retired finally. It's good. It's a good moment. But this Eagles team is whew, that Eagles defense is loaded. I love their linebacking core. I love their linebacking core. So I'm gonna say, even though we're home right now, I still admit I think the Patriots will lose this first game. I have it 30-20 Philadelphia. I do think that we're gonna see flashes of the offense, actually showing that, hey, we're a pretty decent offense. I think how this defense is right now, I'm like, cool. I don't know, but we're gonna see a lot of flashes from our offense. I think our defense will hold it close until I think they're gonna be on the field a little bit too long, to the point where, hey, they're gonna be the better team with us right now. But I think Philadelphia will win this game by 10. But don't count the Patriots out. I wouldn't be surprised if it was much closer, honestly.
Dang, Juan, you agree with your boy Trevor?
The only thing that we're looking for is if this team has a pulse, because they did not have a pulse last year. This Eagles defense, everyone says that it's so nasty and it's so good, but there have been times that defense has been a little bit exposed the year before, and now they have two completely new coordinators that we have no idea what we're getting from, and vice versa. This team primarily runs a zone defense and only rushes 4. They never blitz. So it's literally just about skill versus skill. So if this Patriots offense are able to find a way to scheme up ways to block those 4, they won't have to worry about extra pressure coming in. Assuming that it's going to be run the same as it was last year. We don't know that. They have a new coordinator, so maybe he'll blitz a little bit more than the Arizona dude did last year. Bill O'Brien is very good at scheming stuff to get the ball out quick. He's done it before. He's done it in Houston. He's done it in New England a very long time ago. And despite everybody talking about how there's no talent in this offense at all outside of running back, that's absolutely not true. They may not have superstars in the team, but there are guys who can catch a ball. However, half of them are hurt. Devlin Parker is hurt. Juju Smith-Schuster is hurt. Half of the line is hurt. So that's where the question mark comes in, and it gets very scary for this offense. However, if you guys did not know, this Eagles defense was not very good at stopping the run, and luckily for the Patriots, regardless of how shitty the offensive line may be, they are good at running the football.
Yeah.
So that should be enough for to take some time off of Jalen Hurts' hands. So that's going to come down to, can Bill O'Brien be able to scheme up blocking schemes good enough to at least slow down the Eagles' extremely talented, extremely nasty front 4? On the other side, this defense in terms of New England got faster. And that is key for this game, because if this was last year's defense, they will be allowing 46 on this offense, no question, because they were too damn slow. But with a lot of the rookies that they've drafted and the signings they've done, Marte Mapu, Keon White, to name a few, they've gotten faster. So they may actually be able to contain Hurts and keep his running game, the threat that he's arguably most dangerous in. They may be able to keep it in check. You gave Belichick 4 months as the schedule come out to be able to prepare for this. And once he prepares for something, is usually very bad for the other side. Hence, most of you already knew that because you said it in your evaluations. What scares me, though, is that we have lost our other boundary corner, and we have to deal with A.J. Brown against possibly a rookie, which is fucking scary. And we have Devontae Smith on the other side with a bunch of corners who may or may not be able to cover. So that's what scares the crap out of me here. We need to be able to get to Jalen Hurts or at least pressure him enough. I think our defensive line can match up pretty decent against this beautiful offensive line. Wow, I've seen Hennessy right on Trevor Stink. He's really going hard right now. I think this new defensive line that we have in New England can put a little bit of pressure, at least a little bit, and we can make this game close. Are the Patriots going to win? I don't think so. I hope, give me a good Sunday, but I don't think so. But I think it definitely will be close. I think there will be stretches where the offense does look better, and hopefully it'll shut everybody up talking about there's no damn talent. I don't know where y'all getting that bullshit from, but there is some talent here. And again, not superstars, not all pros, but there are guys who can play. So I like the score of I'm gonna go 24-20. Yeah, I like Alex's score. That was on the comments. 24-20 is good. I think that the Patriots will be able to move the ball. What I want to see on the Patriots side of the ball offensively is, can this team at least move in between the 20s against this defense? If we can do that, I will take that. I will take the moral part of it, and let's see if we can build on top of that. Because I know damn sure last year they will not move between the 20s against that defense. So, but I just want to see improvement. That's all I care about. That's all I'm expecting. New England loses the game, but I'm hoping this loss isn't going to be a stompage, which I know it won't. But the offense needs to show me something. That's what I care about. That's what I'm looking for.
You know what's got me really interested for this game is that Siumalu is now with Pittsburgh Steelers, and they've got an all-star team. But with Siumalu out, that left guard spot is we don't know who's there. And Keon White, man, that guy looks like a man among boys. I'm really interested to see him match up with that weak guard spot. I don't think the rest of your D-line, interior D-line, is that big of a mismatch to whoever's there. I'm not a big fan of Godchild, but Keon White, man, that guy is a man. And there's a little bit of hole on that offensive line, so I want to see if that gets exposed.
It's between him and Barmore. Him and Barmore have to kick ass tomorrow.
He was good at pass rush, but not so good at run stop, right?
Yeah, that was the problem. Hopefully he goes up. That's what Godshaw's good at. He's good at the run stopper, but not much of the pass rush. So we'll see what Belichick schemes up on that line. We'll find out tomorrow.
Let me say this: if the Patriots have the time of possession game in their favor and the special teams, that's why I like them to win, because that's the signature calling card of Bill Belichick: time of possession, special teams. And if you guys are in possession there where they're keeping Jalen Hurts off the field, and they're dominating the time of possession with the running game, which the Eagles cannot defend well, the running game. That's why I'm picking the Patriots to win. That's my motivation. And of course, it's a like you said, all these months from plan on one game to start the season. I'm taking that coach, man. That's why I like it for them coming out the gate winning that. Those are my facts and the reason why I say that. I know that the Eagles are dynamic, and it's tough for a team to lose Super Bowl to return back to the Super Bowl, the Super Bowl hangover.
Oh, yeah.
We need it. Only the Buffalo Bills, and kudos to you guys to go back 4 in a row and lose it, not able to win it, but still, that's still an accomplishment.
Oh yeah,
and no other NFL teams can
dude.
do
that. Yeah, dude. Listen, it's terrible we didn't win, but we made a lot of AFC teams very upset in the 90s. So,
absolutely.
You gave me PTSD, man. I hated you guys.
I know we didn't win it, but man, we were the most dominating AFC team for a long time. And we still are. Anyways, in the East, sorry. Let's get to the Jets and the Bills. Monday Night Football.
We'll start with showdown of the show. Let's go.
We'll start with Cat and D. Jets and Bills. Monday Night Football in New Jersey. Buffalo Bills versus the New Jersey Jets. How do you have this, man?
I've been so on the fence about this game. It's been so tough. But the more that I think about things and I look at things, and we were such bitter rivals with the Bills. Last year, such tight games. Buffalo 13 out of 16 games they win. Their loss is a combination of 8 points combined. That's nothing. Josh Allen, he hasn't reached the promised land yet, but it's there. It's literally right there. So I putting all this stuff together, I see an older Aaron Rodgers. Yes, they have some nice pieces that they've added, but I just have to go with the Buffalo Bills on this game. You know, it's as tough as that is for me to say, but when I look at the bigger picture, they made some nice key additions on the offensive line. No matter what anybody is going to say, it might bring up with the Diggs situation. I think the Buffalo Bills are going to be another. Like I said last week, it's going to be Bills and Dolphins. This is what this AFC East division is about. Bills, Dolphins. I got the Buffalo Bills.
Clean the brown nose off the nose. Clean the spot. You got a brown spot on your nose.
That's crazy.
No. You know. So I got the. I think this is going to be a close game. I do think it's going to be a very close game. But you know, I'm going to choose the Bills on this game. I'm going to say it's going to be close. I'm going to say we'll go 27. No, we'll go. Let's go 24-17. Bills. We'll go 24-17.
All right, Curtis, what you got, man?
Well, I'm hoping both teams they lose, but I can't.
Me too. I agree.
So
a tie, something.
To me, like I said, I thought this division last year was going to be as fascinating as it was this year, but it didn't really shape up to what I thought it was going to be. This year, I've been like salivating on this, man. I've been watching Jets games, Patriots games, Dolphins, Bills. I'm so excited. I think just small edges are going to get the victories in these division games. And I think the Jets, they had home field. You're not going to have Von. I think that, you know, my biggest curiosity is they have a little bit of weakness to the run game. And I do believe Torrance and Sherfield's a big addition to this team. This guy is a big play guy. And he's not like a superstar talent, but he just finds a way to make 3 or 4 big plays, and he is physical on the block. And you got Torrance, who, you know, you turn me on to, and I love him. But will Dorsey, shaky bones, run the ball enough? And I think this is going to be a close game. And it's going to determine by the calls that Dorsey has, because this Jets team's going to get after you. It's going to take a little while for this offensive line to fully gel behind kind of like, I think, a new direction to this offense. And I just don't know what Shaky Bones is going to do, you know, and I definitely think the Jets have the edge. I think they're going to win because if Von was here, it'd be a whole different game because the Jets have Mekhi Becton and they have Donald. What you think if Von was here, it would not be a better game? What?
Nothing. Go ahead. No, sorry, Chris. Go ahead.
Anyway, so to me, I think the Bills are going to lose. I think the key for it, they're not supposed to win this game. You know, I think the Bills, if they can make this a good game, it's gonna be good for them because these Jets team is going to be tough. If you watch Mekhi Becton, the guy is a beast. You got Cook, you've got Carter, who I like, and then you're waiting for the other cat. What's his Brees? Whatever his name is, he's a good back.
Brees Hall.
Brees Hall.
I don't care what you say. You look at what Aaron Rodgers had. The breaking down of the offensive line, not the greatest talent. A little sketchy sometimes what was going on over there. He's as good as he was, maybe a little taken off the top. And when you got Brown on the edge, he's going to give you good snaps. I mean, real good snaps. And that's going to marry with Rodgers, who's a vet. And Mekhi Becton is still a dominating force if he can stay healthy. And then you got the cat over from San Fran, had a down year, but his pass blocking picked up. And then you got O'Connor, Govern in the middle, solid. And you got Vera Tucker. They've got an excellent offensive line. They're going to pound the football. You don't have Edmonds in there. So how are they going to call? How's McDermott going to handle a heavy run dose? This is going to be a very balanced attack. And so I think the Jets, they're getting a little overhyped, but then there's the other side that underhypes them. I think the Jets, the Bills are top of the charts right now. Dolphins can get in here if they actually have that offensive line, and then the Patriots are lurking to see what they got. But to me, Jets win a close one. I think that you're going to see a quality offensive line backed by a balanced attack led by a veteran player with a good defense. And, you know, the upgrade, if you look at the games last year, they were close, you know, one way to the other, but they had no quarterback. You got Aaron bleeping Rodgers, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's my take. I don't know exactly what the score is, 21-24, 24-20 or something like that. I don't know. It's going to be a 3 to 6 point game, something like that. But the Jets, I think, are going to win.
All right, Trevor.
If Sticky Bones decides to run a football, maybe something will happen. I don't know.
Run. Trevor, what's your
In honor of Alicia Keys, in New York, concrete jungle where these are made of. There's nothing you can't do. You probably think I'm thinking about the 5 boroughs. No! I'm talking about Buffalo. The Buffalo Bills are the real New York team in New York City. That's what I got to say about that. But anyway, Buffalo Bills are going to win this game. Now, don't get me wrong. I love as far as how they were able to build the Jets as far as defensively. I love Quentin Williams. The Williams brothers are great. I love those guys. They love the very hungry young men. But I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm gonna be real with you. The reason why I'm picking the Bills is because the media fucking sucks. The media has dick ride the Jets the whole season. Talking about, they're gonna do this.
That's damn
true.
That is true.
On HBO, on Hard Knocks. I'm not gonna lie to you, watching Hard Knocks made me miss Rex Ryan because Rex Ryan was entertaining. Let's be honest here. So I think Buffalo. I think a lot of times, as far as Buffalo's like mishandling of, you know, again, they're gonna be good. But I do feel like people forget that, they're just a regular team in the AFC, and then the Jets get Aaron Rodgers talking about, they're the beast in the East now. How? They haven't done shit. Not done nothing. So I'm gonna go with Buffalo to win this game. I think I'm gonna have my Buffalo to come over here and tell the Jets, who, hey, listen, simmer down. You guys are okay. You haven't done anything yet. Simmer down a little bit. Yeah, at the end of the day, they're the beast of the East for now. But let's be honest here. Fuck them. But I'm picking the Buffalo Bills to win this game 30-17. I think that Josh Allen is going to come over here in MetLife Stadium, show his ass to the entire stadium, and be like, yeah, I run NY. I run New York. NY, motherfuckers. Let's go.
Juan, what you got, man?
Dude, I am so back and forth with this game. I have no fucking idea. Like, the things that come to mind for me to try to decide this is, will the Bills get a good enough pass rush without Von Miller to get to Aaron Rodgers? And will the Bills receiving core be able to get open against this Jets secondary? Because they had trouble with that last year. Got to see if Gabriel Davis really is that number 2 that is needed. Those are the 2 things that I'm trying to figure out. And I don't freaking know. This game is so damn close. Like, I feel tortured trying to figure out who's going to win this game, like, to be 100% honest. I know the pro bettors love the Jets in this game, and I still don't really understand, like, why they're so confident in that. I don't know. This is tough for me. I'm about to go flip a coin. Like, I have no idea. This game is so close. It should be a really fun, a really gritty, especially gritty Monday night game. That's crazy. Oh, I can't wait to hear yours then, because you put that. You think you're gonna route him, huh? You think you're gonna route him? I don't think you should think that, man. But
you better wrap it up.
You're also the last person should be putting that on me. Just saying, the last person. You know what? Just for that? Fuck you then. I'm going with the Jets. Fine then.
There
You want to
you
be
go.
that way?
Come
Fuck it.
on.
I'm going with the Jets. I was
Come
leaning
on.
towards you guys, but you want to be an asshole? Fine. I'm going with the Jets. Fuck out of here. Go talk your shit. Get out of here.
That's the one I know. That's the one that I know.
I'm sorry. All right, Jedi Kev, it's your floor. Go for it, brother.
Here we go. Now, it is. What's the date when this game gets kicked off? It is September 11th.
9/11. Yes.
9/11.
going
We know
with
the
this, bro.
signification. We know the signification. Footballs are giving them emotion. Right? Am I correct? It's the September 11th. It is at home with the New York Jets. That place is going to be rock. It's going to be phenomenal. You're going to have Fireman Ed. You're going to have Joe Bedingo. You're going to have all the New York Jets mascots in the stands, rowdy, the crowd. It's going to be a new era with Aaron Rodgers. Yes, I understand MetLife hasn't been a home field advantage for the New York Jets, but things change. This is a game this is a game of emotion where all the camaraderie. I think the Jets come out firing. The Jets are going to be on all. Remember this. The Jets are going to come back with all their, except for the offensive head coach. The defense is going to be intact with everyone from Solomon Thomas, from the Williams brothers. You're going to have Franklin Myers. You're going to, I mean, my God, they are deep and stacked. McDonald. You're going to have Gardner. You're going to have Reed. You talk about TJ Mosley. Their defense is stacked where they're not going to implement a new defensive scheme. They're not going to have a new coach calling the defensive plays like McDermott, no Leslie Frazier. They're going to, yes, it's going to be Hackett at the offense, but it's Rodgers who knows the Hackett system. That's why the Jets are going to leap ahead of the Buffalo Bills. This is going to be Jets 35, the Buffalo Bills 17 in a route in the party in MetLife. We're gonna, yes, we might get overreact. We might be overreacting on week 1, but the Jets are going to win on Sunday night. And by the way, we will have that watch along on the Sports Jedi Network. We ask you guys to join. And if you want to troll us, come on in, Buffalo Bill Mafia Nations. You know what? No problem. If I got to go through a table, I go through a table, but I'll do it for the Jets. And by the way, there is 35 people watching this program. Only 7 likes. Hold a minute. We need to stop a minute, run over to the like button. We need to smash that like button because this is an AFC shakeup, and we need to get those likes up because we need to know that everybody got to know what's going on here, that this is the AFC, the best division in all of football, and we got to let them know what this video is going on. So we need you guys in the chat to go put that like button, share it, get it over. We need to get over first and foremost, and let's go. And you know what, Tommy? I'm sorry, man. You're gonna lose. You're gonna take the big fat L. And you know what? For those sellouts there, listen, Trevor. I'm sorry that young man didn't have the predominance your size in the Jets for you.
Move this man.
That's crazy.
Oh. No one boots the man who's over. Everyone is saying BX Sports Jedi Network. Yeah. And we get those likes. Let's go. Hey, we guys are Bronx guys. You guys are Bronx guys. I'm surprised that you guys are Patriot fans. I mean, I don't know what New York did to you guys. I don't know what you're drinking is.
Oh, we got
I
an
the same
attack
water from
going
you in
on.
St. Mary's Park. I don't know what happened to you guys to abandon it. At least one jumped on the bandwagon.
What it
My
is
God.
that we don't do that old school stupid ass mentality of we gotta root for where we're from. I don't know where all that is coming from.
It must have been that rock. You must have been gone.
No. We're in the new age where Sunday ticket was here since like 1999. We don't gotta deal with the bullshit that New York comes with. I'm good. I like who I like. I'm sorry that I saw Tom Brady whoop the Jets ass and made me a fan. My bad.
You want to repredict that Bills Jets game?
Nah, one is okay. One is
Who do you got? Bills or Jets? One.
No, I'm mad at you. Jets. No. Not gonna play me out. Put that Dave Chappelle shit. No.
Jump to the dark side of the force.
Oh my god!
Hey, Tommy.
Yeah.
Real quick. I just to get back to the game real quick.
Yeah.
The elite quarterbacks, and as much as I hate to say it, Josh Allen is an elite quarterback. He will. We saw this Thursday night with Patrick Mahomes. He's gonna. Detroit had a great pass rush on him, and he can make plays with his legs. He can get out. He can scatter. He can go. I expect the same thing, obviously, with Josh Allen. The Jets might have a good pass rush, but I just little key points. And I'm going to say this right now. The Jets, I think if this game couple weeks down the road when they meet again, it might be a different game. But going into week one, I think the Jets are going to have some struggles figuring things out. That might come along down the road. And this game might be completely different a couple weeks later. But Jordan Poyer is going to have a pick on Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to call that right now.
All right, so let me get to the game. Let me get to it. So, first of all, we are the kings of the AFC East. Y'all need to recognize that, okay? We've won it 3 years in a row. This ain't no. Wait, hold on. I'm giving you respect to the Patriots who ran this division.
No, you play me out. I'm destroying you.
Hold on. I'm telling you in general, the Patriots ran this division for a very long time until the Buffalo Bills knocked them off. Now, y'all remember that game? And Jordan Poyer said it first, man. We got to make this happen. We got to beat the Patriots. And we did just that in the playoff in that game when we totally said, hey, we are now the kings of the AFC East. This isn't just one and done for the Buffalo Bills. Now, I will say this is a totally different team as far as philosophy goes for this Buffalo Bills. Has a new defensive coordinator in Sean McDermott, who is way more aggressive than Leslie Frazier. This is not going to be your bend don't break defense that Leslie Frazier ran for year after year after year. This is going to be an aggressive style defense. Go back to look at Carolina when Sean McDermott was a DC, top 5 defense every single year, very aggressive. You mentioned Von Miller not being there, but there's a big reason why we picked up Leonard Floyd, who's also averaging 9 sacks over the last 3 seasons. He is a dog. People just seem to forget all about Leonard Floyd. People seem to forget about Gregory Rousseau, who jumped from 4 sacks his rookie year to 8 his second year. He's going to get even more this year. I expect him to be in the 10-plus range. Then you got an offensive line that's way improved compared to last year when the Jets were getting after Josh Allen. You're not going to get after him this easy. You got Osiris Torrance against Quinnen Williams. It's a great matchup, and I'm very intrigued with that. But this ain't no sorry-ass Ryan Bates with Quinnen Williams. This is a totally different story. And then you got different receivers than compared to last year. Receivers that are going to step up, right? And I just think the Jets have improved jack shit. The Jets haven't won a division since 2002. Y'all finished in 4th place last year. Y'all finished in 4th place the year before under the same head coach. The only difference is you guys gotten a little bit younger at defense, better at defense. I'll give you that. Aaron Rodgers is a year older. Aaron Rodgers did not play that good last year. Matter of fact, Aaron Rodgers, when the game counted for him to go to the playoffs, shit the bed. Let's be real. Against the Lions. The one game he needed to step up, he didn't. It's going to be very interesting also, too. He is in New York, New Jersey, whatever you want to call it. Different place in Wisconsin, different media. When shit doesn't go well, I want to see how he handles things. And he's also a coach killer. So I'm very curious how him and Saleh, when things don't go right, are going to see how they're going to see eye to eye. Also, who else does he have at receiving core except for your young receiver there, right? You got old-ass Randall Cobb. Right? You got a Lazard who didn't do shit last year in Green Bay. Just saying. So who is he throwing the ball to, right? You also forget the fact that Trey White, who last year didn't come back till Thanksgiving, wasn't 100% after the ACL. He's now back 100%. We're a totally different team. Jordan Poyer, Micah Hyde, who also missed last year's game. They're the best safety duo in the NFL. They did not play against you guys last year. This is a totally different team, well stacked, no injuries, by the way, going into week 1, 0. And by the way, you guys mentioned your offensive lineman who's going against Gregory Rousseau, Becton. Becton's been up and down since he's been drafted. He hasn't been this top offensive lineman. Gregory Rousseau is the one who's going up. Becton's the one that's kind of having a tough.
He's been in the hospital mostly because he's too fat. That's kind of been the knock on him.
Becton has not lived up to his. Yeah. So it's going to be very interesting, that matchup as well, Gregory Rousseau. versus Becton. But Rousseau is definitely going to show him what he's all about. And we did add pieces as well. Don't forget about Taylor Rapp, who's going to see some he's going to be in the box as well at linebacker. The only thing that kind of concerns me is Bernard at middle linebacker. First start, no preseason time. Middle linebacker is that is a question mark. I forgot to mention that earlier, but I think we tell you guys what we're all about, show you guys what we're all about, because right now, all you guys are doing is right. We actions speak louder than words. We are going to show you what the deal is. You guys can blab on and blab on. Matter of fact, y'all blabbed on last year, right on the bottom of the AFC East, right? With 7 wins. That's all you guys do. Jets, listen, you know it. You guys wear the brown paper bags at games. Y'all know it. You guys got to earn it. You can't just talk it. You have to go out there, show what's up. It's a long season. And I just don't think you guys are up for it yet. I don't. So good luck to you. But you're going to finish 3rd in the AFC East, maybe 4th. And that's it.
All right.
And Bills are going to win 30-17.
I got one thing. I got to say, my key thing is that you have to remember this Jets team is going to be highly, highly balanced. And
exactly.
If you look at Leonard Floyd, he was a great pickup. I mean, a great pickup when you pair him with Rousseau and Vaughn. But he's 240 pounds, and he is not able to stop the run. Dwayne Brown last year was playing with a bad shoulder, and he's historically been an excellent run blocker, and he's 328 pounds. And Rousseau, I love Rousseau. It's a brilliant pickup. Everybody said, don't get him. He fell. Great pickup. But Mekhi Becton, whatever you want to say, he's gigantic. Rousseau is 266. And I love the inside of the Bills. Besides Oliver. Oliver's really good. He plays above his weight, but he's 287. I love Daquan and Phillips. They're big boys inside. But that B gap and C gap, that edge attack, without Vaughn. Vaughn is a guy who plays about 350 pounds, and he can run. His key is he stops the run and he rushes the passer. So when he's in there, there's no weakness. And that's the value of Vaughn. It's not even getting after the pass rusher. It's that, okay, you got Rousseau on one side. He can handle the run pretty good, and he can definitely get after the quarterback. But now you have no weak edges. Who's going to be the guy to play? Shaq Lawson ain't the guy.
Shaq Lawson was our best run defender last year, Curtis.
Yeah, but he's not that good.
What do you mean
he's not that good? And when you bring
you're totally wrong. He had his best year last year.
What are you talking about? And when you bring him in, Aaron Rodgers is going to be calling, and that's one of his assets. He comes to the line of scrimmage, he looks at the personnel, and then he makes his call. When Vaughn's in there, it totally eliminates a lot of his checks, a lot of his ability to manipulate. But when you have a pass rusher in there or a run stopper and they're not good on the other side, then he calls a check and he calls a quick audible, and then he attacks that weakness. That's why I think the Bills are going to struggle, because once they can run the football and you have a West Coast offense with a balanced defense, it's going to make it tough, especially when, well, at least last year, the Bills love to play nickel all day. It's very hard to play nickel when you got 2 giants at tackle and you don't really have good edge defenders. Except
Leonard Floyd is not a bad run defender either, though.
He's 240 pounds.
You're forgetting that, yeah, but he's not a bad run defender.
Not good.
But the Jets got 4. The Jets got 4 running backs.
You're also forgetting about Matt Milano, who's one of who can cover
but he's the
linebacker.
Well.
I know, but he covers edges.
That's a linebacker. That's a different. But
I know, but he can get out. They can get out to the edge. I'm telling you,
he's going to help. But
okay, so last year, by the way, we weren't the worst run defense last year. What are you talking about?
It's not about that. Yeah, it's not about that. It's about you are now facing you're facing a potent offensive line that's got Cook, who's a talented runner.
I disagree.
And Rodgers.
I don't think their offensive line. I don't think their offensive line's that good. I totally disagree with you.
Well, only time will tell. That's why Sunday. That's why Monday night will be the indication there.
I totally disagrry.
When we run the football down your throats with Michael Carter,
I welcome it.
don't know it.
With Michael Carter,
welcome
the number 3 running back, and you're going to be saying when the Jets put on a 4-minute offense and they run the football down, and we're running it down your throat, you're going to be like, whoa, where the hell this offensive line came from? We told you. The Jedi told you.
I cannot wait. I can't wait and see this potent Jets offense that you've been talking about.
Please join me on the watch along.
I can't wait for this 7-win team.
Wait, I got to listen.
Let's see.
Wait, Buffalo, man. I played like it was like, big time flag football or whatever, was in Giant Stadium. I was a real good pass rusher. I went against a former first round Division I tackle. He was 290 pounds, and I was about 170 pounds. I'd been burning people all season. I went to Giant Stadium to play, and this guy liquefied me. Tackling does not revolve around weight, but when you've got a guy who's a talented run blocker, and he's 328 pounds, even if the defender is talented, 70 pounds or 60-pound difference over the course of the game will wear you out. It is very difficult to overcome size difference when the talent is equal. Brown is almost of a Pro Bowl for 5, 6, 7 years, and then you got a giant on the other side. It's going to be hard to overcome that side on the edge. If you go against,
I didn't think their offensive line wasn't that good last year.
You'll understand.
I'm sorry, their offensive line wasn't that good last year,
and we beat
this year.
And we beat you.
You beat us once. One of those seven. You barely beat us the first game with mad injuries.
One of those 7. You guys say we only won 7 games, and it was with a horrible overmatched quarterback at Zach Wilson, and we beat you.
I didn't tell you to draft Zach Wilson. Who told
yeah, but our defense might kick your butt. But our defense
and you still won 7 games. There's been teams that listen,
and we even got better on defense.
Listen. There is teams that have lost twice to AFC East or twice to the same opponent and gone to the playoffs where the other team didn't do jack shit. So I don't care if you won 1 game. Doesn't make a difference. You guys won 7 games. We made the playoffs. Like, you have to prove yourselves, right? And Monday night, once again, we'll see. It don't matter. Either way, whoever wins doesn't really mean anything in the long term. But we know what you guys do in the long term. There's a reason why you guys wear paper bags to your football games, okay? So let's see what happens at the end of the season. But Monday is going to be very interesting. By the way, Jessica did say something about Curtis, about you guys going into like responding to the chats. They'd have to open up YouTube on a separate thing, and Curtis can barely open up a computer sometimes. So I don't think he's going to be
I don't know football or computers.
I'll try my best to put the chats, Jessica. But yeah, I apologize. But yeah, that's not happening with Curtis. But I saw Trevor's in the chat, and I know Jedi Kev is in the chat, and Captain D. Just in the future, I guess, open up a YouTube so you can see the chat. I try as my best to put them up here when they come through, but let's see. Says no lie. For the first month or so of watching Curtis, I didn't know he was a Jets fan until someone in his comments started talking shit about his coverage of the Bills. He's actually a Dolphin fan.
Yeah, I just
might be joking.
Daily. I'm not
he might be a Jets fan. I don't know. Curtis switches around a lot.
I just try to cover it the way I see it.
So anyways, guys, this was awesome. We've been on for an hour and a half. Let's go around the room. So Jedi Kev, where can they find you, man?
Yeah, you could try me.
We're missing a segment. We're missing a segment.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We're missing a
I'm
segment.
sorry.
Time out.
I am missing a segment. And boy, Scott Blakely would have cursed me.
Yes, he would have.
Time. So we do have our segment, and that is the epic rant of the week.
Yes,
Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40. I'm not a kid. Write something about me.
Oh man. Okay, Trevor, rant of the week. Go for it.
Yes, we are. So before we start, for those who are in relationships, right? You married time, you're in a relationship, and you're like, whatever happens, and next thing you know, it ends, and then the girl or the guy fucking just tells you that, oh, you weren't shit. Let's talk about Kadarius Toney. Kadarius Toney was with the Giants, injury prone, And then it was like, we're not gonna play him because he's injury prone and stuff like that. So yeah. Kadarius Toney upset. So then they turn to the Chiefs. He goes over there and wins the Super Bowl. Congratulations. But after he wins, he's like, hey, I'm gonna talk shit to the Giant fans and Giants Nation and say, hey, guess what? You could have had me, but guess what? You want to fucking trade me and shit? Now look at me. I'm speed dancing. I got ring chasing. I got my Hennessy going on right now. I'm Super Bowl champion. And what are y'all? Second round knockout, I guess. But then you had Kadarius Toney on Thursday night, and so basically my rant is about soft ass NFL players. Because you know what Kadarius Toney did on Friday morning after the game was over?
Yeah.
This bitch ass motherfucker gets killed. He gets killed because he only had 1 catch, 1 yard, 3 drops, and a touchdown for the other team. Thanks to your bitch ass. Anyway, that ain't the point. The point was he's getting killed, rightfully so, by Giant fans and NFL fans. Say, hey, yo, you suck. And you know what this bitch ass does? He deletes Twitter as if that was going to change anything. Because guess what? I'm here. Because I'm about to roast your... Oh, shit, damn. I'm about to roast your ass. Because, that's what I do. Kadarius Toney, you're a loser. You're a loser because you would be scared because people you had a bad game and you want to talk about, I'm scared because everybody's making fun of me. Stop being a bitch. Play better. Play better next time. And you know what? That's it because any more would have been too horrible. But you know that?
Well, I know exactly what you're about to say. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It would have been horrible.
Kadarius Toney gets my rant of the week. And you know what?
I like it. Hey, and by the way, we'll always have those epic rants of the week every week on everyone's show. So Trevor always has the epic rant of the week, and sometimes we'll sprinkle some Captain D and Curtis because you all have some good ones too, and then maybe Jedi Kev. But Trevor is the king of the epic rants. So, anyways, guys, I'll go back again. Sorry, Jedi Kev, before cutting you off. So, where can they find you at, man? And you have any anything going on?
Absolutely. Salute to everyone. Of course, I still want to see more likes up. I only see 7 likes.
Yeah, man. Disappointing.
Let's go for likes. Let's go. Everyone in the chat, you're having a good time. You're enjoying all the content. Everyone here with all the crap talking back and forth, all the banter. Hit that like button. It's totally free. It's not going to cost you anything whatsoever. All you got to do is slide your mouse over, do the thumbs up button, hit that like button. It's totally free. It's no subscription. It's not going to cost your wallet. So don't be cheap. It's totally free. Hit that like button. It helps the channel. It helps us know your feedback that you enjoy this content and all that content creators here. So,
thank you very much.
Nice.
Let's go. Now that I get the new point out, when you hang around with Curtis, you end up getting I don't know. I forgot to hit the like button. So hit the button. Let's go. You can find me on Sports Giant Network. We're gonna have a watch along for not only the Giant Cowboy game, as well as us, the Jets beating the Buffalo Bills. So please watch along with us. Come join us. We will be hosting next week on the Sports Jedi Network the AFC Shakeup. Please join us there. May the sports be with you. May the Jets be with you in the Jet DeLorean. This is the way. And good luck to all you AFC East, except for the Bills this week. Good luck. Let's go. Remember, hit like. Remember, tell someone you love them. Always show positive love. And this is the Jedi being said. May the sports be with you. Thank you again, Tommy, for having me. Hey, thank you, Captain D. Thank you, Curtis, for letting me be with you on the channel here to share. And Juan and Trevor, Sports Dynasty. It's always great to be among Bronx natives. Salute to you guys, man. And let's go. Football's back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I want to hug football. Let's give a big hug to football because you're back. Oh, yeah.
And I promise, guys in the chat, Jedi Kev will get the name right. It's AFC Shakedown, Jedi Kev.
Hey, Shakedown, Showdown. You know what? Your sister's
We're going to have a showdown Monday, but this is the Shakedown. By the way, it's been awesome, man, having you finally a Jets content creator with some balls to come on here and not have a paper bag over his head and just say, hey, my Jets suck, but I'm here to talk about them. Appreciate you coming on here, without the brown paper bag, though I have a feeling you might wind up wearing it soon. But anyways, we'll get to Curtis on that. Curtis, where can they find you, man? Anything upcoming?
I'm not snazzy like the rest of you guys are all over the joint. You can find me on YouTube at what is it? Ace per head. Ace per head. I guess that's the name of it. Ace per head.
Oh,
YouTube.
Curtis falling apart over
Curtis and Ace per. I don't know. I forget this stuff, man.
It's some channel over here. It's Ace per something.
I'm doing a Twitter thing now too. I don't remember my handle thing. Whatever. Green Dolphin guy with muscles. But that's it, man. I'm on YouTube. Ace per head, and then I don't know, I'm something on the Twitter thing.
That's the mozzarella.
Oh my God, Curtis. It's something over there. You're gonna find me, baby.
I forget stuff, man.
All right, Trevor and Juan, where can they find you, man?
Oh, we are on Sports Dynasty Podcast. You can find us on YouTube, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, all we can do right there. We just happy to be here. So.
And Scott Blakely, he likes you, Kev, but he hates your team. You're awesome.
Hey, man, you're awesome too, Scott.
Captain D, I appreciate you once again coming on.
Oh, wait, I got it. It's Curtis at Finn's News 1. I just looked and saw it on the thing. Baby.
Did it.
Moving up in the world. Got to write that down on my hand.
Yeah, I know you're going to get that page up soon, that YouTube channel. So once it's up and running, we'll let you promote it. But right now it's not up and running. So it is what it is. Guys, I will be doing a pregame on Monday night at 7:30. So if you want to join me, it'll be about a half an hour. And then I will be live postgame Monday night to celebrate the Buffalo Bills win over the New Jersey Jets. And for all of us, we are out of here. We love you. And go Bills. Peace.
Let's go, Jets. This is the way.
Woo, boo, go Bills, go Bills.
Bye-bye. See, Peter, he's too fast. You gotta tackle me. It's B. You gotta press B. I'm pressing B. He's too fast. Going over here? Going over here now? Never get